In today's video, I'm going to show you how we are going to put together the chairs that are going to go with the table that we are building for our patio. This table is going to be, I guess you can call it like maybe a Tuscany style or maybe a cottage style table. But let me show you how we put the chairs together. When deciding the type of chairs we were going to use to put around the table that we're building, I wanted something that looked nice, that kind of had like maybe like a cottage or country, like farmhouse feel. And I know the lighting is really bad right now, but these are like an off-white. I think on the description it was considered white. I can pop that on the screen so you can see what we did. But this is made of resin, so it's going to be like a waterproof, easy to clean. And I think they look nice. I did buy one first per Todd's recommendation. Just get one, see if it works, see if it feels good, see if it looks good, because after all, you never know just by looking at a picture and a description. So we got one in, Todd put it together. I loved the way the chair felt and looked. And so we decided to go ahead and order 5 more, so that we could have 6 chairs that we could put around the table in addition to a bench.
So I'm going to say something about this. Okay. So there's something to note here about these screws. There's 2 of each of these size screws. I made the mistake the first time using the wrong screws because they look so similar. That's a 16 millimeter screw. That's a 20 millimeter screw. And then this one it's a small screw. It's got like a washer head on it. So it's really important to keep these separated because it's easy to mix them up. I actually did, and then I ended up having to go to the hardware store and buy a couple of them to fix it. So something I learned from building 6 of these chairs is pay attention to each of these 2 screws. And I'll show you where they go when I go to put these together.
And in the reviews on Amazon, that was one of the biggest complaints, is it was very difficult to put together, which, would you agree, it's pretty challenging?
Once you figure it out, no, but yeah, at first it can be. One of the keys to putting this chair together successfully, because when you go to put these side braces in, you'll struggle and you'll fight with them, is do not tighten all these screws up. That's what makes this so hard. So these are the little panhead flat screws. They're the ones that will hold this back leg on. And all I'm going to do is just loosely start them in there to start with. Okay, that's all you need to do to begin with. Don't tighten them down. You'll be glad later when you go to put these side pieces in, and you'll see why.
And they are very easy to strip out.
Right.
We have noticed that.
Yeah, they're probably the cheapest screws they could have possibly made, but that's beside the point. They'll work fine, but they will strip very easily.
Okay, so we just he already put on or tacked down, so to speak,
The back
of the chair. This is the front 2 legs.
So this is where these screws come in. These are the 2 sizes, right? One's 16, one's 20. The short one, the 16, is what holds these legs on right here.
And that's the front legs.
Yep.
So what held on the back legs?
The back legs were this little flat washer headed screw.
Okay.
But use the short ones to here. And again, don't tighten them. Just barely start them. Okay. You over tighten them, you'll fight to put these side pieces on later. Then you've got these pieces that have an R or an L on them.
For right or left.
And if you look on the leg somewhere,
right here.
There's an L and there's an R. So I'll put the left one on first. And this is why you want these loose. And then when you go to put this on here, okay, hold on, I'll get this lined up first. If those legs are loose, you can put all this together nice and easy. If those legs are tight, you can't. It's a struggle.
There's no flex
There's
in
no
trying
flex.
to
So what I learned was
press fit it.
I left them loose, and then when I get this put together, and they put these the pockets together on the ends here, I'll shoot one screw in here just to hold this down. And then I'm going to shoot one screw in each side.
And it is helpful to have two people helping, like I'm helping to hold these legs, this leg. But Todd also did put together, what was it, like 5 chairs by yourself?
And then after I just put one in each of these places to help hold it down, then I'll come back and put the second one in. And that seems to work really well once you tack it together. And that's it.
And then you got to tighten those screws down.
Well, after I do the other side,
okay.
I'll tighten them all around. I'll tighten them all up. That's probably the hardest part of this whole thing, is putting these pieces in right here.
And you can see the indent here, you can see the indent here, and then let's show, there's a little indent here that this is going to go in.
But the key is leave these 4 screws, have them just barely tight in there, but not too tight to start with. You'll come back and tighten them after you put all this together. Because without being able to flex that, it's a battle.
Okay, so we are 7 minutes and 42 seconds in the video. That's how long it has taken for him to put it together thus far. All right.
And then there's 2 more that go here.
Are those the same screws that are in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then come back and tighten all these screws up.
Oh,
Again,
that's the stripping.
That's the cheap screws, but they're fine. But they're tightened down. Okay. Now, that's it. Chair's built.
Not
Put the back
completely. Now we got to do the back straps.
on. The whole key is not tightening up all them legs or all those screws. Second mistake I made when I built these, make sure and put the flat part of the washer in first. I built them backwards, one of them backwards, and put the nut on that side. So if you're careful, you'll catch that. But there it is.
Okay.
Put that on.
And then you can see that they're kind of sticking out here.
And then this little
Here.
back piece goes on. Watch that.
So you're just using a wrench.
Yeah, I mean, you can use whatever. You can use a boxed-in wrench. It doesn't take a whole lot because this is plastic and you don't really want to overdo it, but you can tighten those up. And then this is where the longer
It's a resin material.
of the 2 short screws. So this is where if you accidentally mix these up, you'll end up with the little short screw. And the length of that. Yeah, you'll end up with a 16 millimeter screw in your hand if you use the wrong ones, and these need to be the 20s that go in the bottom down here. And these are the ones that just hold the bottom of this.
Just tack them down,
Yeah,
basically.
they just self-tap into that plastic. But if you get the wrong ones, then they're too short. So you don't want to use the wrong ones to begin with, or you have to go back and take them apart.
And is that it?
That's it.
That's it? Okay, so 10 minutes, 30 seconds. That's how long it took him to put one chair together. Yeah, I really like these chairs so far. So my review, yes, it is a little bit difficult to put together. However, I think it's going to work out well. I can keep you posted as time goes on because these chairs are going to be in this area right here, which we do not have anything up above. So the weather, the sun, everything is going to be exposed to it. We're going to either move that table and chairs somewhere else on the patio, or we might go ahead and sell it. I haven't decided yet, but I will keep you posted and let you know. What's your opinion on the chairs, since you're the one that was putting them together?
Once I realized to leave everything loose, they're easy to put together.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. All right. I hope you found this video helpful. And if so, be sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know if you go ahead and decide to buy these chairs and put them together, and tell me what you think. Okay, until next time, thank you for watching.